Hello.
Yes.
So,
Mukesh, I think we can start, right? Okay. Uh, Good morning. Thanks a lot for joining this month's INDUS call within the S4HANA Special Interest Group. The topic for the call is innovations within S4HANA sales. So what we want to do is, most of us are live on S4HANA, and we might have started our journey on various releases, let's say 15, 11, whatever it is. But yes, we are all live on S4HANA. So we just wanted to take a snapshot of what is the capabilities of S4HANA within the latest 2021. So it will cover the cumulative till date, but it will also help you to understand what all capabilities is possible within S4HANA sales, within sales, within S4HANA 2021, so that you can include them into your business transformations. To take us through the journey, yes, today we have our colleague Sahil Grover. He is a product expert on S4HANA sales, and he'll be taking us through the journey today. Sahil?
thank you, Siva. So, hello all, and welcome to this session. So, today's topic, as Siva mentioned, that is innovation with S4HANA sales, and I'm Sahil Grover, expert in the S4HANA team, and I'll take you through this innovation. So, this is a 1 hour, 90-minute session. So, we'll do an interactive session where we'll stop in between to take your questions, and then we'll keep on make it try to interactive as soon as possible. Yeah. So as you move forward, I'll request you to go through this legal disclaimer. So this information, is confidential and proprietary to SAP. If we make any forward-looking statement which are subjected to risk and change, so you can take this time to go through the disclaimer, and then we can begin with the presentation. So as mentioned, that SAP S/4HANA has a wide variety of business scope from procurement, supply chain, manufacturing, assets. So today's focus area would be primarily on sales, and we will see what are the new innovations in SAP S/4HANA till 2021. So to summarize this, we have built a chart of the innovations starting from your SAP HANA 1610 to 2021. So as you can see, the innovations has been keep on adding and building up, starting from 1610 to the SAP S/4HANA edition 2021. These innovations have been classified in sales order management, billing, returns, refund, monitoring, price analytics. So based on the feedback, based on the market, based on the customers, these innovations keep on adding. So we'll discuss today the innovations in terms of the SAP S/4HANA edition 2021. Like in the sales order management, we have a new Fiori app, create sales order, March change of sales documents, where we can change the documents. Then we have the adoption of business partners. So now we have the multiple address in the business partner, which can be now adopted into the order to cash process. We also have the sales promotion. We have the sales documents very closely integrated with the GTS. Next is the price management. So there are a lot of new apps in the price management for pricing, analyzing, and also there are a lot of APIs available to create the condition type, access sequence, field catalog, and all the other mandatory parameters for carry out pricing. So we can, using this APIs, upload the conditions into our system. So next is the SAP billing. So now with SAP billing, you will have the option to schedule jobs for preliminary billing creation. Also, you can copy the output items from preliminary billing to billing documents. We'll walk in detail in each of the some of the highlights which came as innovations in 2021 in the upcoming slides. Similarly, in sales contract management, we have the down payment request and the integration with the foreign trade. Now claims and return management support your third-party bombs, and return app also has the create the good receipt automatically. So you can take decision whether you want to do an automatic goods receipt or you want to do it later, you want to do a refund now or do it later. Similarly, in terms of sales monitoring and analytics, we have the flexible reports and monitoring now in the system. So this is just a roadmap to show you that, we started with 1610, we are building on the innovations, we are keep on building as per the customer feedback and the customer voice. And now, we'll take in depth each of these innovations, which we can cover in this minute. So next is the SAP S/4HANA sales. vision. So let us talk about the product vision before we directly jump into the innovations. Let us set that context right now. So as the world is changing and importance of mobile and latest technologies such as machine learning, RPA, and digital assistance is getting more importance. SAP has also worked tremendously, to adopt these technologies in your order to cash process. So the core is always your order to cash process. And over this, we have built the monitoring, the embedded analytics, price and master data. So customer can create an order from various sources. He can create an order from EDI, e-commerce, sales, email, fax, and then these orders are created into the SAP. Sales order management and billing solution has been made as a digital front runner for the economy. Okay. So our product version includes analytics, embedded analytics, reporting, drill down capabilities. Then we have the real-time monitoring. We have each sales business object. We have opened up the solution for integration also. External and internal data can be easily, integrated with your SAP solution. Intelligent price and master data. So this is the product vision which SAP is moving towards the innovations. So now we will be moving towards the delivery highlights for sales monitoring analysis. So we have classified our presentation into the innovation category like sales monitoring and then ATP. So these are various categories which we have done so that we can analyze, okay, in this particular area, we have the various innovations available in the system. The first one is the sales monitoring and analytics app. So as you can see that there's a Fury app, which is there in the SAP S/4HANA system, and it has a lot of cards. The cards are in the dashboard, and these dashboards, are further linked to the each of the individual applications. So if you can see, we have the customer returns, we have the open sales order, we have the sales order fulfillment. So this app, if any sales representative or sales manager will come to this app, can directly see, okay, these are my open sales quotations, these are my open sales order, so these are the fulfillment issues. So it gives you a very good graphical presentation of the system from the open sales orders to open quotations, and also a very colorful way of telling you that, okay, this is currently in progress, this is currently pending, this is the issue, these are successful. So these graphs and delivery insights, sales order insights will help you to improve your reaction time and take the issues on priority. So some of the information as already mentioned is quotation orders are available here in the cards. So moving forward, the same app, you can see that you have given overview of various sales activities like I just mentioned, and it is adopted to the needs of the sales representative who is doing the daily tasks. So if he sees what are the incoming sales order and he just clicks onto it, then he can see the full list of the sales order. But also now on the front page, on the front dashboard, you can see what is the category in which month we are getting incoming sales order, the maximum. Similarly, as I mentioned, the color coding. So the green one says, okay, these have been, these are okay, and the red one says that they are expired and we have to take an action. So it improves your turnaround time. Plus, this also gives you a drill down into the further apps where you can take the necessary action. Next would be the sales order management. Now, the first part talked about the analytics. This part will talk more about what is when you create a sales order, how you can track it, what are the features, what are the benefits. So as you can see on the screen, whenever an internal sales representative creates a particular sales order, he can come and see in this My Sales Order app. Here the whole list is available, and if you see, it is categorized like order processing, what is the status, what is the process of delivery processing, whether it is in transit, whether accounting has happened. So based on the various filters which are available, like ship to party, sales order, document date, you can categorize and see what are the various orders that have been created and what is the particular status of these orders. And he can further click onto this orders to navigate. So once he navigate, you can see a second screen where he can see the order processing dashboard. So one is the hierarchical view, which tells you what is the hierarchy in which the documents are created and what is the issue. And the next is the graphical view. So you can see that the sales order has been created, a partial delivery has been done for the sales order, and a invoice has been done for the partial delivery, but that the other delivery is still pending to be done. So with this app, he can communicate with the customer, collaborates with his team, and easily push the real-time figure to the internal sales representative. So this basically makes his job more easy to carry out his day-to-day tasks in the system. Next is the workflow for the sales order. And yeah.
Sorry, there's a query from customer Venkat of L&T. So the query is, we are on S4HANA 1909. Are there any improvements in Fury apps? So the Fury apps, the new Fury apps, which has been added either in 2020 or 2021, if I'm right, is the query.
Yeah, so see all.
Sorry, Sajid.
Yeah, so yeah, we have the improvements. Like some of the Fury apps already existed, but then we have the integration with the GTS, or we have improved the UI experience. Like there are new apps which I'll show you for creating sales order. So there's a new app where the UI experience have been improved. So the existing apps also have the new features like the integration with the GTM. Now you can see whether the status of the GTM, or the new apps has a user-friendly user experience. So thanks for this question. So we'll highlight in the presentation. So this was the app in which this is the new feature which has been added. So it might not be an entirely new app, but it could be a feature that has been added to that particular app.
Thank you, sir.
Like for example, in this sales track sales order, now international trade is integrated. So earlier it was not there. So the app remains same, but now there's a new column to see the international trade is now integrated into the app or not. So these are the various innovations. So I'm not reading these slides, but we have mentioned what is new categorically in this app, particular apps. So I hope that answers your question. So the next is the workflow for sales orders and quotations. So now it is possible to have the workflow for the sales order. So whenever an order is created, you can define the particular set of values on which it will go for approval. So as soon as sales representative will create a sales order, so it is applicable for sales order, quotations, and approval workflow for debit memos. So all these are available. So as soon as a sales representative will create a sales order or a debit memo, then there would be approval triggered for the manager. Now the status of the sales order would be in approval until the manager approves that particular sales order. So now the manager can take three actions. He can take, he can accept it, he can reject it. There's also an option of rework now. So generally the cases are not accept or reject. He could also say, okay, you can rework on that. Instead of this, you can ask for this, or you can reduce the quantity on it or allowed. So whenever the manager takes a decision, the decision is flown back to the sales order and updated. There is an app called as the My Inbox, whereas the manager as well as the internal sales representative can see what all they have workflows pending for their approval, or what are the action taken by the manager. So it's very easy, fairly straightforward, role-based into the insights, and you can easily control the view via the My Inbox. So moving next, then we have the mass change for sales order on the header level. So now sometimes it becomes imperative that we have to do a mass change. So suppose for a particular customer, we understand that these orders are not getting fulfilled, or we need to block that orders, or we need to set a billing block due to certain reason. So these actions can be definitely taken from your execute mass change sales order. So what the as internal sales representative has to do is he has to go to this intuitive list, in where he can see the sales orders. He can select the sales order, and then you can see that there are various options that he can take, like he can say process, delivery block, reject. So you can select, and in the next screen you can see that he is setting up the delivery block. So definitely this will save his time, because he is able to do the mass changes and to help to adopt the user needs. So going further into details, so now the execute mass changes is applicable for sales orders, sales quotations, sales contracts, scheduling agreements, customer returns, sales order without charge, debit memo, credit memo. And now when you do a mass change, it will schedule a job. That means you can track if the job is successful or failed. Plus you can, you can run the job again, and then, or you can do a resolution and manually, set it to complete. So instead of, only having only header level, you can do it at the item level as well. Then you can change the payment terms and a lot of options that you can use to actually do a mass change to your sales document, which would be very convenient for any internal sales representative. Because in general use cases, we have seen the changes happening, and if this app can help us, that would be that can be great for an internal sales representative.
Sahil, this is Sanjay Petkar from Rashtriya Chemicals and Fertilizers Limited.
Hmm.
We have a requirement of the open sales order to be closed so that no further delivery can be made against that. So, is there any mass change is available in S4HANA 1909 or further releases of S4HANA?
So when you mean close, you can reject, right? Or what?
It's not reject. It's not reject. Now the customer don't want further delivery. If I have made a sales order of 100 metric ton, he has lifted at 80 metric tons. Now he want 20 metric. He don't want 20 metric tons to be lifted again. So in that case, I need to force close the sales order. So how that can be managed? There are sales order blocks and others are available, but then it is not a particular closure kind of a scenario.
So you're asking about short close, right? And
Yes.
100 of partial delivery has been done, and the 20
Yes.
you don't want to do.
Yes. Because what is happening, some of the time the credit limit gets blocked based on the sales order open, if it is kept open.
Yeah, so until and unless you close it, it will keep on showing it
The
as
sales order, the credit limit get blocked.
I'm actually on this screen. I'm seeing that there is this option called set delivery block. Will
Yes.
that work? Will that help?
Yeah,
in this
that
situation?
yeah, it can help you because you can put a delivery block, but it will still keep on open until you short close it. Definitely you can block it for further processing. You can do, I mean, but since you have made an order of 100 and now you are only 80/20 is still open, so this mass changes might not help. You can only block for further delivery, but we'll have to see the other ways how you can close that order, because the ultimate aim for you is to do not show that particular order open, right? Or you want it to keep it as open until credit limit is resolved and he can do particular 20 pieces also deliver. So what is, if your requirement is the second one, that you just want the 80 pieces is delivered, and because of the credit block you can put a delivery block there or an automatic credit block, so that until his credit issues get resolved you can do a later 20 piece of delivery.
No, I don't want to do further delivery. I just wanted to block, so close it so that no further delivery will be possible and credit limit should be released. Of whatever 20 quantities remaining, that credit limit should be released.
Yeah, so this
I
mass
think
change
it can be rejected.
that is what I'm saying, it could be rejected, but yeah, that
Per se, it is not rejected because he is no more on term rejected is different, but if it satisfies the purpose, I have to see then if it is available.
Yeah, so this is a very specific question. So you can check this. The major implication would be that I understand that you don't want to see it in the open sales order app.
Yes.
Right. So the options are available in the mass change of sales document.
Okay.
You can try and see if it is suiting your business scenario in particular.
Okay, fine. Thanks.
Thank you. So next we have the sales promotion. So now what is happening, that we have this SAP omnichannel sales promotion on BTP. So as you can see that we have highlighted, it's basically license, but now SAP S4HANA can connect with this particular omnichannel sales promotions that is on the BTP, where we can define what are the rules for the sales promotions. So we can define, okay, this is the sales draw, this is the quantity, and this, based on this, we want to have that particular sales promotion applied, and then what is the outcome. So I want to give a free discount, discount. So what happens is, now whenever we create a new condition type or a sales promotion, I create a new sales order, it will automatically trigger on the basis of the settings which we have done in the system. to the BTP omni-channel sales promotions. It will calculate on the basis of the condition, and then the new promotion will be applied here in the sales order, and an outbound delivery and the billing invoice could be done. So let us see what are the examples of sales promotion. So say examples which help you identify what could be a sales promotion would be. So we can say that we have the discounts on a product. So we say if you order 5 pallets, then you get 10% discount on the soft drink. So if a customer is ordering 5 pallet and also a soft drink, then on the soft drink, he should automatically get a 10% discount. Then we have the discount on the order value also. And then, other example would be for free goods, where I say that if he order a minimum pallet of 4 liter or anything, he orders minimum quantity, and he should get 1 pallet of mineral water free. So this is a general use case. Even we as a consumer, whenever we go and, there's a schemes going on, sales promotions going on, we get these free goods or particular discounts. So that is now very much possible in this omni-channel, which is available on the BTP. Now we'll see the low touch order management. So all those people who are on the traditional S/4HANA solution would understand that in just to identify what is the issue, where is the order blocked, what is the outbound delivery issue, we have to go through multiple points of entry. So from one table to another, from one app to another, the traditional ERP users does this. But SAP S/4HANA makes it more smarter and faster to understand how your issues are occurring. So there's a one single point of entry. It's a product centric. So you use one app, you see your sales order, you understand it is blocked at this point of time for a delivery. You go further, you understand what is the issue. From there, you can do the changes. So instead of navigating from various screens across various tables, it allows you, to resolve your issues faster. Definitely, if you know what is the issue, you can resolve it much faster. So the access point, a single entry point, will definitely help you in those areas. Okay. So next, in this particular feature, we have this app for exception-based sales order handling. So as you can see, it's very graphical. So first we have the filters available, then we have the graph, which you can change. So as of now, it's a pie chart, but definitely you can have a graphical chart that you want to, and the details are in the below screen. So it's a three-way kind of a thing: filter, then we have the charts, and then we have the actual data, like for sales order, which are available. So this app will not only help you to analyze, but help you to resolve. Also, it will let you to filter it out. So you say, like one of us mentioned that this is the customer, and this customer, is sometimes is not, credit check is not happening, or we want to block his delivery. So he can particularly go to this app, and then he can give, this is the particular customer. Okay, then I can see what are the various orders, what are the issues for those orders. Is there anything incomplete in those order, any blocks, supply chain issues? And from there, I can directly navigate to that particular app, and track the sales order. So one thing is, like somebody mentioned, so now we have the GTS also integrated this app. So this app was already there, but there are improvements like GTS integration to the S/4HANA. So we understand the compliance also plays a very important part, and we are integrating our procurement sales to the GTS integration, so that we can directly see into our apps what is the compliance, it is fulfilling the compliance, or there is a reduced compliance in the system. Then we have the intelligent product proposal. So this intelligent product proposal it will highlight the capabilities of machine learning. So let us say a company, is selling a product, and these products are generally stable. So I am getting an order from one of my customers, and these orders are particularly, of same frequency. So my system can actually prompt whenever I create an order, say, okay, this is the particular products that is being ordered, and also this is the quantity. Okay, now where does the intelligence come into the picture? So what happens? Take this example of pandemic, right? The quantities, the shifts, it's a radical change. So there's a lot of change in the quantities which a customer orders. So it could be increasing or decreasing. So based on the algorithms which is defined in the machine learning, and based on the past historic data of that particular customer, the system can predict that this is the order and this is the quantity that he can expect to order. So with this, there's a faster order entry, and also you are able to get the rhythm or the even tap what the customer is going to order in future based on the past analytics in the system. So this automatically analysis and identify the trend and increase the proposed quantity. So next is the sales order management with customer expected price. So now there's you can see there's an app called as managed sales document with customer expected price. So now there could be a case as a customer, I walk in and I say that, I want this particular price, but you're offering me this price. So it is pending. So, I cannot approve this sales order because there's a discrepancy, what I expect as a customer and what the company is offering it to me, right? I can maintain these conditions in that particular sales order. Now, because of these discrepancies, somebody has to take an action. Somebody has to understand, okay, what is the customer need in the system and what he is asking, and based on that, you can go to this app, you put the filter criteria and you can understand, okay, this particular customer or this set of customers or this particular product, generally the price the customer is expecting is lower than what I'm offering. Okay. So based on that analytics, you can go further. You can accept the customer price, you can discard the customer price, you can reject it, you can filter it out, you can go, you can approve that particular order and say, okay, no, I can only give it so on this particular price. So that is the fast enabled processing of discrepancies between what customer expecting and what is the actual price, and it resolves your discrepancies in sales document very efficiently. Next is the Sales Fury app create order. So as I mentioned that we already had this VA01 or create sales order -VA01 app. With this, we have a new app going forward, which is the Sales Fury app create sales order. So it has a delightful UI. If you see, it shows you a full view of what is the header, what is the item available, and then it is fully integrated in the sales operation. So the UI has been improved further, and there is a real-time response. So whenever you enter the ATP pricing determination, so it's more easily integrated with the other functions of the system. Also, there's no code UI adaptation. So if there is any custom code that you want to do, a modification, data source extension, so you can use the no code UI adaptation here in this particular app. So what I'm saying is that app was already there, but what we have done is created a new app which is aesthetically more useful and more efficient and more adaptation friendly in terms of your extension and extensibility. Now there's also an app to import sales order via MS Excel. So there could be a need where you are getting the orders from a customer and you want to upload into that particular system. So we already have third-party integrations, API is available, but still there could be a need that you want to import sales order via MS Excel. As simple as that, you have an app, import your sales order. You download the predefined template. So there are 160 fields into that template, which is having your different header, item, pricing, text available in the system. So these are available into your system, and whatever is mandatory, you can fill this optional. So it is a guided kind of template which explains you how to do it, and then you can upload and import the sales order. We have also the best point is that whatever new field you use for field extension will be available in that particular template, and you can use that particular template to upload that custom field as well. So let us talk about one of the intelligence scenarios. Now, this is a ask from a lot of customers. Even we receive it from a lot of customers saying that, okay, I'm getting a PO from my particular person, and then I want to convert into a sales order in my system, and I have to do it manually, right? So imagine a sales representative is getting a PO in his mailbox. He would have to monitor that particular mailbox, and then you have to upload that particular extract the data to be specific from that PDF in various format, translated, and then upload into the system. We understand that this requires a lot of manual effort and high, it's prone process. So let us see how SAP can help you achieve this in a faster and more intelligent way. Now, what does SAP offer? So we have the combination of RPA, which is now called as SPA, SAP Process Automation, and machine learning. So in this SPA, we have the RPA bot. What this will do, it will scan your email. So you set a job for this particular bot to scan your email. It will read that particular PDF through the document information extraction service. It will extract the data and will automatically convert your purchase order into the sales order into the system. Also, it will let you before creation simulate it and confirm whether you want to create it. Also, in case there's an error, it will let you know that there's error in the system. So let us understand in detail what do we mean by this. So, it could be that a lot of people in the audience, might be wondering about the same thing. So let me give you a few more details on this particular ask. So, like I said, the internal sales representative, here it is getting the PDF for this. So the RPA bot can now actually scan it and into the S4HANA system. Then we have the document information services where we define based on the machine learning algorithms that what text we need to extract from that particular PDF. Once it is there, then the sales order request can be created and the user can validate and further create the sales order. So before we move on to system demo, any questions on this? So I'll move forward with the demo. So now what we will try to see here is the mass change of the sales order in the system. Okay. So this is the app where you can see the mass change of the sales order.
Sahil, one question here.
Yeah.
We are already using RPA. So IRPA is something different from SAP RPA?
No, actually there's a radical name change happening. So now first it was called as RPA, then IRPA, Intelligent RPA. Now it has become SPA, that is SAP Process Automation. So let me brief you just for 1 minute. SPA will have the capabilities of workflow, visibility, RPA, and a lot of other things. So whatever, the automations were we having, we have given as the name of SAP Process Automation. So IRPA, RPA and SPA are all one thing as of going forward. So probably you'll get to know from the licensing and the teams which you are dealing with how the shift will happen.
All right, thank you.
So this is not part of the S4HANA. It is a separately licensed product.
Yeah, so whatever you see as this symbol of monetary, this is a separate service. So with your deals, this RPA bot has to be licensed. So there's a bot store in which you can go and see there are a lot of bots that can help you to achieve functionality. Not even this, even the Excel upload, production order creation, or purchase order creation, or there are a lot of bots available. It's a separate service which you can discuss with your license team. So as now we have already highlighted this is something it's paid and it's licensed.
Okay. Anyway, we are using RPA for almost 4 years now. I only wanted whether this is a bundled product or is separately licensed. Okay, I understood.
RPA sits on top of BTP, so it will be an add-on on top of BTP license. So left side you'll have S4HANA, right side you'll have the BTP as a box, and on top of the BTP as a box, you'll have the RPA bot subscriptions.
Okay.
Take one question. Sorry. Shall I go?
Yeah, please.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so this this presentation looks very good and informative. Where we can get this all this presentation in this entire series of SIG thing, S4HANA?
Myself and Mukesh are working on it, so we'll get back to you, sir. So the individual PPTs we are sending it to through the WhatsApp group as well as through an email after the event. But in case you are looking at the whole series, probably myself and Mukesh will get back.
So there is one slide deck which has got the entire thing, so all LoB put together. The link for that document is already on the WhatsApp group. If you're already in the group, you can already, if you just scroll up.
I am not there in the WhatsApp group. So what needs to be there to add get into that WhatsApp group?
Unfortunately, the group is full right now, so I cannot add anybody new. because of the limitations that WhatsApp has, right? So maybe I'll copy that link and post it here in the chat. You can download it from there.
Yeah, that will help. Thanks.
Okay, so I'll just play the demo here. So as you can see, we have this mass change of sales order app available in the system, and I can go and search what are the sales orders available in the system. Okay, so I can also filter on the sales organization. So a particular organization, I go and see what are my open sales order available in the system. And then I can select multiple sales orders at one time. So I am for demo purpose, I'm selecting 5 items as of now. And then there's an option to change. So there's various options like billing block, rejection, update prices. So I'll change the header data just here. So you can see there's a basic data, then there's a date, then shipping terms and conditions. So what I want to do is I want to change the payment terms here. So I click on the payment terms change. And then I'll just change the payment terms and I'll submit for the change. So you can give your own name to differentiate. So it's for a particular customer, you can say the customer name or whatever name is sufficient for you to understand what the changes are. So once you do a submit, it will say a job has been scheduled in the system. And then you can see the status whether the job is failed, in process or completed. So you can see the job has been completed successfully. And when I click into it further, I can see what the job was doing and which sales order it was particularly updating. So you can see now that it's the header item has been changed with the payment terms. And further, if I go to there are 5 which are successful because I selected 5 sales order there. And then it will show you what are the orders which have been changed. And it also segregate between the failed and the completed orders. So you can just go inside if you want to from each of the order to see if it has been changed or not. And there are other things like you can change the sales order creation from here. So if that is how the mass change would work in the system. So the next would be for the delivery highlights for the sales order management data. So next we have the sales item proposal. So as you can see that we can create a sales item proposal. So we understand that you would be having a fixed set of customers and generally it would be a fixed kind of quantity or a near about same amount of quantity which the customer is ordering. So we can maintain a combination of the material which the customer is ordering for a sales item proposal. So I create a sales item proposal with a description, what is the product, what is the value and saving system. So as soon as my internal sales representative will create a particular order for the customer, he would get a pop-up saying that this is the proposed quantity for that particular system. And then he did not worry for the particular data and the data would be available, making the process simplified and the faster. So this is what is intelligent sales proposal. You are telling system sales item proposal, we are telling the system that these are the frequently ordered combinations from a particular customer. Okay. Then we have the sales order price management data. So we understand in sales, the most important aspect is the pricing. And to do a particular set of pricing, you have to go to various steps: sales document, pricing procedure, condition type, access sequence, condition record, and the sales document. So now whether pricing procedure, condition type and all sales document, but condition record has to be precise in order to pick the right amount of data. So let me give you an example. You're already selling one of a car variant, say A, and you want to see what is the price for that. Okay, so you can go to this particular app and you can filter for that particular customer of a particular product, sales or distribution, the key combination, and see, okay, these are the particular prices that we are ordering to a particular variant for this customer. Now, based on that pricing, you can use it as a reference to actually, see what my new variant launch could be. So if you are ordering, if you're giving something for X amount of rupees and then you're launching new with the additional features, you definitely know that I have to keep the base price above this. So I can use that data, which is already there for the existing. I can copy it or use it as a reference to create new conditions for the new variant. So not only it allows you to create, it also, download it, or you can upload it from here. You can import it into your system, analyze, you can see the price trend, price analysis of that particular system. Also for the prices, I'll say that we have the outbound services. So if you have an external system where you want to use these prices, you can integrate. Similarly, an inbound system where you want to create it. So you can definitely use this to create and update your condition records in the system. Okay. So next is the sales pricing master data. So in this, with this app, you can analyze pricing elements, that is condition types in billing documents. You can analyze condition types with quantity and amount over the sales organization and other dimensions. So basically it will help you to analyze a price and see how the price influence your sales volume. So you can actually, lower the price or make the price higher to understand that how it is affecting your sales volume. So sales volume is a very important thing. So at the end of the day, whatever pricing you do for the customer, you understand your sales, the target has to be achieved. So this app will help you to identify what all you can do in order to, to see how does it affect your sales volume.
Sahil, 1 second. This is Sanjay Petkar again.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility of the pricing whenever I define? Can I have maker checker kind of a scenario implemented, or is there a provision in 2021 for a maker checker kind of a scenario?
What do you mean by maker and a checker scenario? Do you want to check?
Someone will create
one-step approval.
Yeah, it's kind of a workflow approval.
Yeah.
As of now, to my knowledge, it is not available. I got your point. So you want to get it approved like a workflow, but to my knowledge, it is not available in the system as well. But that's a valid feedback. I can check and pass it internally.
Sahil, this was a standard functionality. I do not know whether it was a standard functionality or not, but I know almost every customer implements this maker checker functionality simply because of the fact that they want to ensure one person doesn't have the entire authority to change the pricing. So that is
that we do. Yeah, I don't know. We can control it via authorization also. So who is allowed to change? So if you can see, there's an edit option. So
there is no
authorization is good, but yeah.
There is no object available only to create and someone is released. It's only a create or a change of both of the options available. Authorization object. There is no approval kind of a scenario. Someone is saying there is already standard functionality, but it is available in SAP, or we are asking the standard functionality to be made available by the SAP.
Yeah, so I can get back to you, but as per my knowledge, I'm not aware of if this is available.
Okay.
So now moving forward, we have the managed customer.
Before we go, Sahil, is there a possibility for an extension to be built there using BTP workflow approval process? Can that be built there?
We have workflow approvals, but I also have to see that I cannot readily comment whether it is you can do it. But yeah, there's a workflow which you can integrate for non-standard. That's a valid point. Thank you. So we have this workflow, specifically non-standard workflow which you can create and link to a particular app. So we if we can be tried, but I'm not sure at this point of time.
Okay, thanks.
So next is the managed customer material. So there could be a scenario where you could be having, whatever the customer might refer to a material in different name, and you might refer to a different name. So to understand in your system what your customer is referring to, what you can do it, you can create a customer material. There's an app called as the managed customer material, the Fiori app, where you can maintain the customer specific name for your own products. So the customer say, I want a product ABC, but you call it as like ABCDE. So you can maintain ABC against your ABCDE product. That means the system will understand whenever, I create something, purchase order or any order from the sales quotation, and I see it, I say, okay, it is ABC. I will put it ABC in my system, and the system will prompt you the product, which is you have maintained in your system. Okay. It's also possible to maintain multiple customer material information record to a single material. So it could be like same material can be referenced to a different name, the different customer. So you can maintain a single material number with different customer material information records. Okay, now this is an interesting thing that we have for business partner multiple address option. I think a lot of customers, would be looking to is this innovation. So what happened is, we are in ECC, we have in S/4HANA, we have the concept of the business partner, and business partner can be, vendor business partner, and it could be a customer business partner, and these business partner could have different addresses. So as of now, SAP would have allowed you to, for a particular customer, say maintain the 2 different addresses, but it was not allowed to use into the order to cash. That means if you want to use a particular customer with 2 different addresses, then you would have to create 2 separate business partners. Only you can leverage the functionality of separate address of vendor and your customer. So now what is possible is, in your order to cash scenario, whenever you will create an order, you enter that particular customer for that particular role. You have maintained, suppose 3 addresses, and when you press the particular, you enter it, you'll get the option as a pop-up where you'll be able to actually select what the address is. So this is very, very generic. A customer can have multiple addresses. So similarly, as a customer, we also want our, sometimes delivered it to our permanent home, to some other home, to some relative. That way, your customer can have now multiple addresses, and that would be allowed to use into your order to cash process. So we are always, we are almost midway of our presentation. So any question, I'll just stop. Any questions?
No, the previous slide that you have shown, that means can I have only one code for the customer instead of having ship to, bill to, or the after the GST has come, we are creating multiple codes for that customer based on that, the location. So that can be avoided, you mean? Can I have one code and manage?
I know GST plays a very important role on what is the business place and what is the delivery area, right? So it calculates on the basis of that business place and the material area, right? Where the product is getting delivered, same area. So yeah, you can definitely try this out. The address, what is the ship to party address is there. It will take that now, and it can differentiate from what is the ship to party address, and then it can calculate the GST. Does this answer your question?
I think I have to try it out to see, because today, for example, there is one X customer. For the customer, I may be having some 10 different codes in India, because they have 10 different places.
Right.
Now, my question is, can I avoid creating those 10 locations and 10 codes and create only one code and still manage so the entire my sales?
I think the answer is yes, because this is what I'm saying, that when you're doing to ship, when the tax are calculated, it is calculated on what is the business place and the delivery area, right? For the particular thing. So when you say the delivery area, it takes into account what is the customer region, or what is the GST place of supply where it will go and deliver, right? So there's a state code, right? So that depends upon the area of that particular customer. So that you can, when you are changing the address, that will definitely get changed. And even I remember when you're using SAP solutions for e-invoicing and filing, these areas are definitely taken from the customer address. Okay, so you can use that.
Okay, so it will be great help then. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
So I think we are already half.
One question, because this is more relevant to us. See, we have one dealer and they have many delivery points. So we can add multiple address based on the delivery point. So bill to is my dealer and ship to my delivery point. So for ship to, how many address I can add? 3, 4, 5 or what?
Yeah, you can add as many as possible. To my knowledge, there is no limitation in that adding that address.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Okay, so I hope the session is useful because we're already halfway through, and the next half we are beginning with some of the more advanced topics like contract management, credit, ATPs. I'll try to finish it going forward. So next we have the managed sales scheduling agreement. So like all the other app Fury apps, this is the sales scheduling agreement app where you can see what all the sales scheduling agreement has been there. It's an intuitive list where you can see all the sales agreements, and you can search, navigate, filter. You can maintain your scheduling agreement centrally here in the one point. Now it also integrated with the GTS. So I'm saying that we have a lot of focus on the product compliance as of now. It is also integrated with GTS. You can specify how and what information is displayed in the list by showing or hiding columns, sorting it out, going into detail into each of these sales scheduling agreements. So I'll not go in detail because we already understand there are a lot of apps similar to us to help resolve or go deeper into the system to understand a single point of entry. Next, we come to the topic of ATP. Now, moving forward, it's very important for an organization to plan the stock. So stock availability plays a very important role in prioritizing the delivery on the basis of the stock. So you have to honor a commitment, and ATP is important for fulfillment process. So we have various apps. I can say there are 4 pillars which help you in your advanced ATP. One is the product availability check, which tells you whether the product is available or not. Then is the back order processing, which will tell you, okay, some of the orders got cancelled. Can I reschedule the availability? And then there's a product allocation where you can actually go and see what is the allocation, what is the high period, low period. It's like a reporting analytics. And then we have the release for delivery. So even if you want to do something manually, you're not, you understand this order has a priority over the other order, and I want to adjust the dates and the delivery, I can use for the release for delivery. So as stated, your business and profitability definitely depends on your ATP. So it's very important for you to understand how does ATP work in the system and what is new into the ATP checks. So next we have in the first pillar is the product availability check. Okay, so now as you can see, product availability will help you to understand your system to what they can deliver, and also avoid the over confirmation. So it has a very faster turnaround based on certain parameters you define in system. It will do the availability. Now product availability is also available for SO and STO. There are special stocks and batches which ATP supports. It also supports partial plant substitution. So out of the various plants, it will see which is the plant I need to as the first priority for delivery. So the stock can be in many plants. So based on a certain criteria, it can go ahead and substitute or suggest the best plant. So next is the BOP fallback variance, that is back order processing. So we understand in detail that customers order and frequently there could be order cancellations, there could be quantity which we have blocked for a particular customer, and it might get released. Okay, so there's a big order from a customer, there are a lot of customers orders which get canceled. Now I want my other orders to be adjusted so that I can distribute, or I can say, okay, I can make them as a priority or give them the allocate, confirm the availability so that they can be delivered. So now this back order processing will allow you to check the material availability when the demand or supply situation, your fulfillment process has changed, and your confirmation of stock is changing. So a realistic example, like if a cancellation of order, quantity, customer increase, so it will help you to plan your supply and be always proactive and not running late in your deliveries. So in this, we have automated exception handling, significantly faster than traditional release filling. So situation handling, exception handling is there where you can understand if there is any exception in the system and how should you go ahead and proceed forward with it. Next, we have the product allocation monitor. So as you can see, it's very important for you to understand what is the high load period, what is the low load period. So in which particular month you are basically getting a very high demand and which particular months you're getting a very low demand. So based on that, you can plan. So you can see this particular app, you can see that, there are a lot of cards available where you can see what is the overload period, what is the underload period. You can download this, you can upload it via an Excel. You can do the analysis, and also you can use custom and additional standard fields as characteristics for STO. Okay, so it, as I mentioned, support STO also, so you can use custom and additional stock fields here. As field extensibility comes, and also comes your whatever high load, payload period, what is the product allocation of the order items, like fully confirmed for now, what are partially confirmed, what I have to do it later. So you can go and see, and then you can see, okay, this particular customer, how his orders are not getting confirmed, and what action I should go and take it further. Next is the release for delivery. Like I said, it's a manual way of doing your back order processing. So there could be situations where from certain customers, you are having a high demand and you have to fulfill that demand, and you want to adjust your availability by yourself. And for doing that, we have this release for delivery. With this app, you can definitely prioritize your sales order containing materials with limited availability in the order fulfillment. The app will allow you to view your material based on the situation, based, and also analyze what is the financial impact on that decisions. You can further go ahead and do the distribute the availability in a particular sales order. So these four will form a pillar where we are having the product allocation. Okay, product allocation is done, that is one thing, but what if my order is getting cancelled? Then the back order processing will come into play. Then, okay, if I'm still not happy with the back order processing, I still have some customers which I need to meet, and there's the priority. I can use this release for delivery work list, which where I can can directly navigate to sales order and then allocate and change the particular way the stocks are allocated. Then we have the review availability check result. So in this whenever you create a sales order, this is there in the system where you can review your availability check. It's a Fiori user interface where in detail you can understand how the stock confirmation was done. So in a way you can visualize, you can navigate and see how your allocation has been done, so that whenever you're taking a particular action, you understand, okay, from this point to this point, this is how the allocation has been done. And I can see in a full transparent view. So it'll give you transparency, flexibility, and a user experience. Okay, so this was about advanced ATP. So moving forward, we have delivery insights for sales billing. So now we have a lot of highlights for billing and invoice also. So you can have preliminary billing, like going back to the question. So preliminary billing app was already there. Now we have new thing called as the output management, where you can copy the output from preliminary billing to your final invoice. So we have these changes also in the apps, like somebody asked in the question. So we can now create a preliminary billing due list. We can schedule a job for it. We can copy the output. We have several new apps to create change preliminary output document types. Similarly, we can use, we can upload billing data also into the system. We can perform split analysis, and all those things. So we'll go into these highlights in detail. So now first is the preliminary billing document. So we understand the preliminary billing document is like before the invoice happens, you want to negotiate with your suppliers, with your customers, and you want to see that, okay, this is what I'm going to offer to you, and this is how I can create the preliminary billing document. So with this app, you can display a list of preliminary billing documents in system. You can filter them out, sort them out, basically various criteria. You can also reject. So if you think that this is not working out, you can reject, or you can go ahead and convert into particular sales order. So now, like I mentioned, we have preliminary billing documents, you can schedule a job. Earlier it was not possible. And copy of the output items which has been added to this. Like I said, you can reject and you can do the necessary changes in that particular app. So going forward, we have the sales billing. In the sales billing, you can see that we have the option to upload your Excel in a particular format or a template. And this is called an external billing document request, which then I can finally convert into a billing document. So there could be situations where an external billing documents has to be entered into the system. I can use this particular app to upload the data and create an external billing document request, which I can further convert into the billing documents. Okay, so now this is SAP's approach of SAP omni-channel billing. Now what does SAP say is you could have a delivery, you could have demand memo, external billing request, which you previously created, a sales order, and you don't want to bill the customer separately. You want to create a single invoice for this particular delivery sales order. So that is very much possible, and we call this SAP's omni-channel approach, where you can club all these into a single invoice. So as you can see in the system, there's a process flow available where you can see that we have the standard order, we have the external billing document, basically combined into one of your sales invoice. Now this is something new, that is managed sales quantity contract with billing plan. So just down payment processing for sales quantity contracts is now facilitated by milestone billing. You create a sales order. So what you are doing is you're creating a sales order and you are saying that this is down payment request. Now the sales order will get blocked before all the down payment requests are approved. So there's a as long as the general entries or the FI postings are cleared, the sales order delivery block will be automatically removed. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a contract with the billing plan. I'm creating the down payment request. The system blocks it until and unless all my down payment requests are cleared. Once they are cleared, the system will automatically remove the block, the outbound delivery, and the final invoice and can be done. So now, as I mentioned, that billing plan is now enabled with down payment in the billing. So any questions before we move to the returns management?
Oh, thanks, Sahil. Very interesting presentation. Really, though I joined late, but literally enjoying it thoroughly. Only request, please share the one copy of this, because one way or other way we are using few features like down payment. I was not aware of this thing.
Sure. So IR team will share it with you. So yeah, thank you for your feedback, and I'm so glad that you people are still here and listening through that presentation. So moving forward, we have this sales return management.
So, by the way, the entire session's recording is available on the INDUS YouTube channel. So you can access it anytime you want to. And you can actually just access whatever part you want and also hear what Sahil is saying for that particular topic as well. So I just put the link on the chat.
Thank you. So next we have the sales return and deferred management. So as we understand, the selling is not only one of the important aspects, returns also play a very important role. So what if the customer is returning your products? You need to understand why they are returning it, what is the reason, what is what went wrong, or what items are particularly returned for which customer. So we have various apps like manage customer returns that was already there, right? So now what are the enhancements to this app? So the most important is the capability to handle bill of material. Now we can handle bill of material in your return manage customer returns order. We can return third party There are also code inspections at the customer side. So we'll talk in detail for a few of these particular innovations in the next slides. So next is the sales manage customer return. So this app was there for quite some time, but this app will help you to understand what the customers are returning, and you can have a graphical view of at what stage the return is. That's a visual process. You can add attachment to the customer return, and based on this you can actually follow up with the customer thing. So now the customer can also use the approval workflow. So if there is a customer return, you can use the approval workflow, and then the inspection code list, which is available. You can further drill down into each of the return orders and see what is the order reason, why they are getting rejected. You can filter on the basis of the order reason and understand, okay, why my items are getting rejected. So as efficiently you do a sales, you can as efficiently manage a return. This app has a lot of features like inspection list, inclusion of inspection list in the process flow, then the follow-up activities, workflows. So you can, this app will help you to manage your returns better and efficiently. So now going into depth on the what's new. So like I said, that we have the bill of material available. So there's support for now the sales kit, which we call as BOM, or particularly a sales kit in the advanced system process. So now if you can see on the screen, we have the bill of material as the header, and then we have the sub items. The pricing is carried out at the header level, and the inventory is managed at the item level. So this BOM is very much can be there in for the return process, and is supported by the system. So it will improve your efficiency and the return in a better way. So the next is the the accelerated purchase order. So the purchase order can also be seen in this particular app. So you can see there's a graphical flow where we have the return, we have the return delivery inspection document, and then we have the return purchase order. So there's an ability to show the purchase order in the document flow. So here you can see and follow up with the supplier for that particular return order. So now the return order is also showing you the return purchase order, and that there's a full flow where you can go into that particular purchase order, see at what point it is, and then you can follow up with that particular supplier. So like I mentioned, order reason plays a very important role. So if you're, it's a general tendency, it's a human tendency. If something gets rejected, we want to understand, why it is getting rejected. It's not for the goods or per se, it's for everything. So in your customer returns, you can give the order reason. The order reason could be anything like, there's a quality issue, there is a damage. So there's various orders. SAP gives you flexibility to define your own order reasons. You can go and define your own order reasons, and based on that order reasons, you can put that order reasons into your system. So whenever you're creating a return order, an accelerated return order, go ahead and mention that reason. Now next time when you're running a report in your sales refund, the sales customer returns app, you can filter down on the basis of what is the order reason and say, okay, 90% of the time there is failing of this order reason. I need to go and talk to my team and see what is the reason this failing. I can take that particular step. So that is plays a very important role into this order reason. So let's say that SAP has a lot of features, but we don't want to stand alone. We give you a lot of API options also to help you integrate with the SAP S/4HANA system. So these are some of the APIs you can see on the API hub. What are the APIs? But we wanted to highlight that you can create custom material info record, sales quotation. Then we have sales contract, sales order, billing document, billing, debit memo, credit memo. So you can definitely go to the API hub. See what is the new APIs available, which API you want to use, how you can connect into the external system, and make the best use of SAP there. Okay, so now before we move forward again to the intelligent topics, any questions? So this is the last segment where we will touch upon not only SAP is trying to understand how do you manage your business, but how do you run it more efficiently. So if you understand there's a situation or something that is going to happen in future, and you can take a proactive step, then that what makes SAP stand apart from others. Okay, so before we move forward into this, really interesting concept of intelligence scenarios, any questions?
Yeah, my question is related to return management. So right now SAP has the option of tagging the original invoice at header level. So for every return we need to create a separate return order. Is there any provision of adding tagging original sale invoice at item level so that we can do away with creation of multiple sales order return order?
I didn't get your question actually. So when can you
We are
explain it?
creating return order with and we are tagging to original sale invoice. So it is tagged at a header level.
Yeah,
Right.
so it will take out the sales in
Yeah. So
reference,
there are
right?
right. So there are scenarios where multiple we have sold a material with multiple sale orders, and we need to create a single return order. So is there any option for that
Are
by
you
tagging it
from?
at the item level?
Is this for if you're asking me, I don't think so. And for India customers, it should not be there because you have to report in your GST, right? That this order and this is the previous. As far as I know, when I was supporting GST, it was mandatory to tell you which is the main order for against which the reference has been done.
Yeah, right now that rule is not there, and even if we want to, we can create multiple credit note, but a return order can be created as a single. So
Right,
just
right.
asking, is there any option?
No, that is not there. And also, this is for I don't know which country you are for GST. There are very specific rules where we have to understand. We can track and tell, okay, this order has been credited against this order, and then we can report. So there's no, it's not
No, last
there as
financial year they have done away with that rule, so we
okay.
can. But still, if we want to, we can. But no, tagging at item level is a possibility or not? That's what I wanted to
No,
understand.
that is not possible, because
Okay.
how will we track? Because we are saying that we want to, return against this particular invoice. So we are like nullifying, or we are, adjusting the accounting entry. So then it is done at the header level only.
All right. Thank you.
So thank you for that question. Now we'll move on to the intelligence scenario. So I think we have only 20 minutes left. My watch is there, so I'm looking there. So we have 20 minutes left for the scenarios, for the intelligence scenarios. So next we have the sales quotation management. So we understand a lot of times the customer walks into us and say that we want a quotation, but they are not really converted into a sales order. So can we as a company understand, why we have lost an opportunity, why my quotations are not converting into particular, sales order. So SAP understands this, and this is something called as the sales quotation management, predicted sales quotation to order conversion rate, where we can see proactively that what is the conversion rate from your sales quotation to your actually order. You can further measure how successful it is, and what are the enablers for that particular conversion, or what particular quotations were not able to convert it. So since you are able to identify these particular materials are basic because of this particular reasons, I'm not able to convert sales quotation. It could be anything, pricing, anything. If you're able to understand and target that particular product, right, your sales can achieve milestones. I mean, you are tapping into what is happening wrong, and then you are going ahead. So how will you do it, right? So this is predicted sales quotation to order conversion rate, where you can actually see what is the conversion. Your sales manager and internal sales representative can proactively monitor your sales quotation conversion ratio. Then they can work on what is the forecast sales in future, also what is the what happened, why they were not converted, and what is the reason for that particular thing. Next we have the predicted delivery day. So next we'll see that we understand that we have to do deliver to a customer. There could be definitely delays in the delivery because of any reasons. Now the question is, can I predict? Can my system predict there could be a possibility of a delay? Can I predict if the delivery can happen early? Can I predict it is on time? So it is very important, as I understand, to have a proactive view, to have first-hand view, to imagine that if a delivery can be happened on time or not. And if I know it is not happening in time, my system is telling me it is not happening on time, then I can understand, okay, something is wrong. My stock is not there, purchase requisition is coming late, my supplier is not giving me the stock, I'm failing on my commitments. On that particular front, I can go ahead and take the necessary action. So it's like an insight before you are actually failing. There is an insight so that you can actually go and do your particular action. So like I mentioned, you can monitor how likely a sales order is to be delayed. There are two KPIs. First is when an order was created, and then when is your outbound delivery created, then your goods issue. So what is the predicted delay for the goods issue. So you can take the action to avoid this. So take the action to avoid this critical situation of order fulfillment, and take the process in your hands and move forward. We also have Iit Enable Services. So as you can see, again it is mentioned as license. So you have IoT. So whoever want to avail it, is an IoT service. So whenever an outbound service happens, you have the IoT devices which can track your delivery. And based on certain parameters, like in the IoT, we can define the temperature, we can define the particular ranges, and we say, okay, if this situation happen, suppose if I say I'm sending a liquid and I say it happened over 40, 40 degree, if the temperature goes, then it's of no use to me, right? So why I allow, why I allow the delivery to come into my compound, check it, what is the temperature, then I realize, okay, it got, corrupt, it is not useful. And then I talk to my vendor, and then take this time. What if I knew it earlier only, right? On the road itself, I understand that there's an IoT device. It is triggering a situation to me saying that there's an anomaly. User is notified of the anomaly, and then there and only you can take the action. You can, you understand this got corrupt. You can talk to your vendor. You can say, okay, I understand this is the temperature. Let me order something. Let me order another piece so that it gets delivered to me on time, and then I can honor my commitment. So these are some of the things, situations. So you can see that we are having a situation here in the system where it is giving you an alert that, okay, this is the situation, there is an alert for you. So you log into your system and you get an alert and you say, oh, okay, so this, I can plan my day. I understand this is particularly getting delayed in the system. Okay. So next, if you talk about intelligence, we have the conversational AI in the system, SAP system. So we understand as a user, we have a lot of other apps where you say, hey, do this, and the system does it for you. So why not SAP? So we have this language processing. Internal sales representative is enabled to use natural processing in the order to view your insights and track your sales orders. So as you can see to the right, I have to type the keywords, get me the status, get me the order. There's some keywords, which we have to type, and we have these keywords, or, we type it and the system will tell you this is the order, this is the order status. Then you can go further into these apps, you can track, so it could be a very important thing that, I know there's a particular order from my important customer delivered today, and I'm perturbed since morning. I'm thinking why it is not there. I can go to this natural language processing. I can say, okay, this is the order, then the order will be shown. I can go and follow up. So it doesn't only limited to English. You can have Spanish, German, French, and it can push you to real-time figures to an internal sales representative in collaboration with the AI. So next, we'll quickly move to the demo of one of the intelligent topics, that what is predicted delivery delay. So I'll quickly show you the demo in the system. So the user will log in as an internal sales representative. Okay. So now what he is doing is, he is going to the app called as predicted delivery delay. So there is an app. So before you can use this app, you have to activate the intelligence scenarios. So I can go into the predicted delivery day. I can see there are a lot of filters available here. I can click and go. So there's a graphical display that will come, which will tell me, okay, these are the late, red one are the late, then which are on time, which are yellow. So the details are further down. into the sales document items. You can see the further details, you can drill down into it. But the most important thing is that it will give you, on the basis of the predictions, on the basis of the intelligence scenario, machine learning jobs which you have run. So there's a separate scope item for this, for activating this intelligence scenarios. Once it is activated, this app will be able to predict what is the predicted delivery delay, what is the delay in the creation of the delivery from the order, and then the predicted delivery delay from the goods issue. So it says based on its predictions in the past trend analysis and what is the stock available in the system, it says the delivery is late. Now, since I know it is late, system is telling me it is late, I can proactively understand what is making it late in the system, and I can take the action into the system. Similarly, I can see what are delivered early, which can let my customer to be happy because these are getting delivered early in system. And also I can see which are on time, which will help me to understand. So the graphical view can also be changed in the system. Next, we have the number of filters. So now you want to see for a particular customer, that is also possible. So if you see that a particular customer, I can see there are 1194 items, and then I can go further and drill down like I mentioned. So how many are late, how many are early, what is the frequency? I can filter on the basis of the plant. So is my particular plant faulting out? So from this plant, my deliveries are getting delayed. So what is the reason? Based on these combinations, you can go ahead and see the delivery delays into the system. I like to remind you that you have to activate intelligent technology scenarios, and then only these scenarios would work. So you schedule a jobs there, the parameters are defined, system then understand what next steps he has to take to basically go forward into system. Okay, so this is the predicted delivery day, which is one of the intelligence scenarios in the system. Next, you will see the order to cash process. I understand some of the users here will be already knowing, but there could be new users, and then we'll quickly show you what is this order to cash process. So I'll share. I'll just unshare once and share it again. So I'll quickly show the demo in the system. I'm just taking some time to. Yeah, so you can see that we have the SAP system log on, and then I'm further going ahead into your sales order like you mentioned. So here I can create the sales order, I can create the order type, sales organization, distribution channel, division, then I can give the customer reference, material. So I'm creating a sales order basically here for one of my customers. And then I go to the track sales order app, which I showed in the beginning. I can put the sales order, I can generally click on go, and I can see what is the status. So order fulfillment has to be done, delivery processing in transit. So is there any issue as of now? So as of now, there's no issue. And further, I can go ahead and see if there is any issue, I can go ahead and go to the resolve sales order fulfillment issues app. So now here I can see that there's a bottleneck for that particular delivery. There's a bottleneck of the material, so the material quantity might be short. So I can go to the particular app to understand what is the material strength, what is available, what is not available, what is the quantity in detail. Then I can then go further, and this is also show you the how does I am able to monitor my stock. Then from the same app, I can remove the delivery. You can see the issue has been resolved. And then I see that for creating the invoice, I have the payment term issue in the system. And it also tells me that it is created for the delivery. So I can create the delivery from here itself, or I can go to a separate app to create the delivery. So the delivery has been created. There's no issue. Then I can go further, and then I can post the goods issue in the system. And then I can go to the track sales order again. For the particular sales order, I can see that the invoice is something which is in red as of now. So delivery has been done. Why? Because the payment terms is not there and it has been blocked. So I can edit the payment terms from the same app. And then I can create the invoice. So I can create it from there only, or I can create from the new app, the app which I'm showing here. So there's a lot of options, like you can set the billing date, separate billing, automatically post. So I can click on OK, and then I can create it. And you can see now the invoice has been created. So this is how the whole process works. So it can also be taken into the process receivables, and we can see what are the process receivables in the system. Okay, so if I click on go, you can see, okay, these are the process which is now receivable. So this I can see in the system. Okay, so this was more about the demo. Next, like answering back to the question. So we have updated a slide deck, that what is new in the slide or what has been updated. So which particular apps has been updated. So this we have already updated. So you can use this to understand what is updated, focus on that particular app, what is new, and you can use this list here. So again, before we close up, we are open for question and answers. And we have some of the important documents also mentioned, where you can go and see what are these documents, and it will help you in your journey. A big thank you from my side, to be patient and listening to this session. So thank you. I hope the session was useful. So before we close, any question and answers?
Thank you, Sahil.
Thank you.
Mukesh, please share the. I know you are saying recording is available, but sometimes document is very helpful to discuss with our internal team as well.
Sir, no problem. You will anyway. I will post the document both on the WhatsApp group, as well as I will send an email of the document.
Sure. Thank you.
By the way, there is a comprehensive document also available, which has got similar detail for all modules of S4.
Okay.
Anyway, so Shiva, want to close this out?
Yes, Mukesh. Thanks a lot for joining the call. We'll be sharing the decks and everything. And last month we spoke on finance. So this month we have spoken on sales. So we are trying to get as many LoBs, the basic LoBs as possible, so that you can reflect on what is your usage and understand what more can you be leveraging for the same. See you in one of our next sessions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Sahil, for taking us through. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.